Shri Darshak Mandali, welcome back to our show and thank you for staying with us. আমরা কথা বলছি আমাদের শ্রদ্ধেয় ভাই মোহাম্মদ হক ওনার সাথে about Tower Hamlets politics and politics in general. আমরা ফিরে যাচ্ছি আমাদের দ্বিতীয় সেগমেন্টে এবং এখনকার সেগমেন্ট হচ্ছে is there a change of political direction especially in Tower Hamlets. হক ভাই, এই ইলেকশনে আপনি কি মনে করেন from your point of view was this more political or more emotional?
Compared to what?
Compared to other elections. কারণ এবার যেখানে আমরা দেখছি যে ইলেকশনে সাধারণত মানুষ বলে যে for housing, for education, for this, but এইবার মানুষ বলতেছে যে যারা ক্যাম্পেইন করছে লুথুর ভাইকে দিতে হবে. That was one issue. লুথুর ভাইকে, I understand that the man can be above all, but at the same time যে কোনো ক্যাম্পেইন করতে গেলে you talk about housing, education, society and council tax and so forth. But এইবার ইলেকশনে দেখলাম যে ড্রোন নকে সব জায়গায় বলতেছে whoever campaigned বলছে যে we have to vote Lutfur. So was that more political issue or more as an emotional issue যে না আমাদের Lutfur we have to get that in?
Can I just deal with this in the parts that you have actually put it?
Yeah.
The question you put is emotional or political. By politics you mean democracy, whether it was representative of the needs of the people.
That's it, yes. Thank you for clarifying that.
I'll come to that after I've said this. Biwar আপনারা আমার মাফ করবা, আমি আজকে কম মাতিয়ার সিলটি ইংলিশ মাথা লাগার কারণে অবস্থার উপরে আমরা ফোর্সি এখন টাওয়ার হামলেটস আমরা মান ইজ্জতের প্রশ্ন শুরু কইছিলা যে মান ইজ্জত বাঁচাইবার লাগে আমি খাড়া হইয়ার। এটা কিন্তু আমার সেন্টিমেন্ট এবং আমার অবজারভেশন। আমরা মান ইজ্জত যদি থাকে না তাইলে আমরা এখানেও কোনো কিছু করতে পারতাম না। গতিকে এটা আমার ডিউটি যে আই শেয়ার দিস ফিলিংস অ্যান্ড থটস অ্যান্ড অবজারভেশনস and some retorts and rejoinders in English for David Cameron, Nick Clegg and others. Now, about the 22nd of May voting being whether political or emotional, I would say that it was neither. This is a very personal, I'm not commenting on anybody, so it's not going to defame anybody.
Yeah.
It's a political cultural question you've asked me.
Yes.
And I think it is something we have to reflect on very seriously.
Sure.
It was a very low standard of campaigning.
Okay.
In terms of issues, there was nothing. And in terms of the appeal, to the narrow aims of somebody or other, it was reduced to the opportunism of the crudest type. It was not democracy. So that's very short answer on that aspect. As for your question about the issues, if you look back, I don't know how long you have been actively around in Tower Hamlets, but as I said in the break, I have been around for more than 40 years, and I've seen all the elections. And I've been approached by people, including Tariq Ali, to stand as a candidate in Tower Hamlets, but I have refused. They volunteered, in the 70s to work for me. And I said no, politely of course. And there are many names that you will know, but I'm not going to drop names anyway.
Sure.
The point is that you seek election, whatever it is, whether as a councillor, executive mayor, or as an MP, or a London Assembly member. No, you don't select election as a Prime Minister. You get elected after the majority party. That is the presidential system.
Sure.
What you have in Tower Hamlets is a degeneration of democracy. And that is degenerating our future generations out of a democratic sort of confidence that they should be inspired to emulate from the practitioners today. So this is a disservice that all these people who are engaged in this game are committing against the future generations. Now I have to say to you, this is something that is very important. Most people watching maybe don't know. In 1980, I was the election commissioner for the Bangladesh Welfare Association. That concept that is evident in Bangladesh now, I created it here. And it's on the record. There was no word like that in Bangladesh, what I created here. So democracy within the Bangladeshi community has been an initiative, as far as I'm concerned, So I'm very deeply disappointed to see the degeneration nearly 35 years later, you know, of that cultural atmosphere of democracy and democratic audit that we try to create within our community, the Bangladeshis. So we have to tell the people who have got in, whatever party,
It's
or
their
no party,
responsibility.
no, they have to deliver democracy. They have to be transparent. They have to stop all the excuses and pretexts that people outside use and throw against our Armed Council. I'm talking about our Armed Council,
Of course,
but
yes.
we could talk about the two MPs maybe another time.
Sure,
we could
sure,
talk about
yeah.
John Biggs as a
Assembly
assembly
member,
member
yeah.
and see how accountable he has
is,
been,
yeah.
and how well advised or ill advised he was to say that he would be both an assembly member and a full-time mayor of Tower Hamlets.
Sure.
I think tactically that was a blunder that John Biggs made. I've been told that somebody else would have been a better candidate. I'm not going to give the names.
But in democracy, you never know who's going to
Yeah,
be.
the point I'm making here is that that shows the deficit of attention about Tower Hamlets. You cannot do those two jobs.
Sure.
Impossible. Because Tower Hamlets, as I was saying, and your question raises the question of deprivation, poverty, and I was talking earlier in the earlier section about Channel 4 doing a program or series of programs called How to Get a Council House.
House, yeah.
And the councillors and the executive mayor
Did not appear.
absent
Yeah.
from that program
Yeah.
altogether. And I think that is actually very poor performance as a democratic local authority. Because if the council employees that were shown are allowed to speak about policy,
Which shows that they're running the council.
but that
They're
is a
not.
defeating, that is
Yeah.
a contradictory thing.
Exactly,
That
yeah.
is incompetence.
Yeah.
You know, by the whole regime, by the whole administration. And I've said that before. The point I'm making here is that you have to
Be
cover not
accountable,
just
yeah.
housing, you have to cover social care, you have to cover the economy. I raised the question of Canary Wharf with Alibor Chaudhry during the year that has
Yes.
gone past.
Yes.
And this is very important because of the needs.
Sure.
They keep saying that Canary Wharf is a powerhouse. And Alibor Chaudhry was quoted in an article where he was quoted as saying that Canary Wharf is an economic powerhouse. And I asked him for clarification, whether he said it or they misattributed that to him.
Sure.
Because the Towners Council has got a duty now to rebut what the Wharf, that is a newspaper called the Wharf,
Yeah.
is saying. Broadbent is a man who writes, you know, there is a venturer, there are two of them that have been latching on to Lutfur Rahman for the last 1 year. And one of them has said that they should separate the Canary Wharf, you know, the Docklands, into another borough because Tower Hamlets as a council has been malfunctioning. Now, this is very important. If the democratic deficit gets out of control, and the image that goes out is such that it is a dysfunctional council, which is what Ian Dale said on the LBC radio
Yes.
earlier this week, then people will use any kind of pretext to further degenerate the area, further impoverish, make it poorer than it already is, and the most people that will be affected will be people already in low income, social dislocation, and being kept indefinitely on the housing waiting list, and the educational performance in their families are low, antisocial behavior is high, and the drug dealing and all the other things will escalate out of control. Even in a worse situation will be created than what we have got now.
Sure.
Here. And so can I also say that this is very important. You are asking me a question. Now can I show this to your camera? This is from a paper called Patrika, and this is from a paper called Vishurma. Now, these two papers, obviously, they have got their own reasons for this headline. But this is giving a very false impression
I was going to ask you, yeah.
to the Bangladeshis, because if you look at this, this is a very boastful headline. This is irresponsible, and it doesn't recognize the community's role.
Sure.
And I would say that whatever party you do, you have to go to the community Without the community, without the ordinary people, you don't have any chance. And there is no recognition of the community.
Sure. আমি আপনাকে যেটা আমাদের literally 10 minutes আছে, but I want to cover two areas. The one area is on the media, যে ইলেকশনের আগে এবং পরে, do you think media has act responsibly because media is somewhere you get information. General public will get information.
When you say media, are you referring to the
all the Bengali ethnic medias, including TV,
all right,
including TV.
Quickly, if you
Sure,
want
sure.
to finish, because you've got a time
Sure.
limit.
So that's that's one of the
I've
questions.
mentioned to your colleague Reza Chaudhary.
Sure, yeah.
You have a program called Obimot on
Yes.
Channel S.
Yes.
It's a BSky B814 for
Yes.
people who
Yeah.
know the codes. Yeah. Now that is a program that is fronted by somebody. There are two of them. They kind of exchange. One is a reporter and one is an executive, post holder there. Now these two individuals present the program solely based on Bangladesh. And they give the prominent focus to what is supposedly, in their view, happening in Bangladesh. And they have a Bangladeshi Awami League and a Bangladeshi BNP.
Yeah.
That is mainly the kind of circus.
Focus, yes. Yeah.
To me, it is a circus, and I'm saying that on the record. It is irresponsible. It is perpetuating ignorance among Bangladeshi community here about the Bangladeshi community's life here. And it is creating the vacuum and the void of knowledge that people need to make an informed choice. And the same thing is happening with these papers.
Sure.
Now these are not newspapers. These are propaganda sheets themselves. And there is no time, but anyone is welcome to give me a contrary position, and I'll give them chapter and verse. And I am ashamed as a journalist, because I started before any of them.
You contribute in Guardian and
No, I do that every day.
Yeah.
I write every day.
Yes.
I mean, I've done about 20 tweets today about Kazam Zaidi.
Right. Okay.
So therefore, that is not a thing. The point I'm making is that these boys and these girls, some of them on the channels, have to show respect to the community. And they don't show respect to the community because they impose the Bangladeshi party politics on the horizon here. That is irresponsible, because that is keeping our community ignorant. I'm not saying they shouldn't discuss Bangladesh, but within proportion, and they're not doing it.
Yes.
They're disproportionately diverting attention away from our real lives here.
Sure.
And they're talking about Bangladeshi politics about which they have no remit whatsoever. And they haven't got any influence.
But in terms of British politics, especially Tahhamda's politics, they cover a lot.
No, they don't. I'll correct you there, because you have got an opinion. Can I just say?
Sure.
They make propaganda.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
They don't critically analyze.
Right. Okay.
And I can say on the record that the editor of this one said to me about a week before the Panorama broadcast. I didn't know about the content.
Yeah.
And he said that because I said that he should analyze Lutfur's actual behavior in office. I'm not saying that you should condemn him. I said record.
Yeah.
And he said, we don't have anyone to do the research. Now he's talking to me, and he says that to me, completely oblivious to the fact that all my time
So
goes.
how is he reporting? Yeah.
No. All my time goes not into raising a family of children, but into investigating and researching and analyzing and advocating for the community.
Sure.
Now, if they cannot see that, and if they cannot see the relevance of the work that I do, I don't think they will recognize anybody else in the community.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. হক ভাই, আমাদের আর 5-6 মিনিট আছে. What I want to really cover now is, from your point of view, আমরা বিগত দিনে দেখছি এই বরাতে George Galloway has won, and then he left. Now we have be it Lutfur Bhai but whoever it is, it's a new party, Tahhamda's First, who has now secured 18 councillors and a mayor. So আপনি কি মনে করেন যে Tahhamda's, you've been here 40 odd years, আপনি সবসময় দেখছেন Labour is the stronghold. So these days is labor holding losing ground. আগে তো আপনার লেবারে দাঁড়ালেই পাস করা যেত, হ্যাঁ, এখন কি সেই দিন কি চলে গেছে?
No, this is not.
Is this no longer a labor bar?
This is not. I never saw this as a labor guaranteed territory, because you had up to the murder of Al-Tabali, because you have to recognize what we have done and created, and this has been undone by some petty careerists that have misrepresented the community and its image ever since. I'm not going to name, but there is no problem in me naming any of them. The point is that we fought against the racists, and this is the point about the election and the guarantee of the labor.
Yes.
The point about fighting racism, and let me say this very clearly, is not about hating white people. Fighting racism is fighting a discriminatory conduct and attitude.
Exactly.
And
Be it whoever.
And fighting racism is also on us an obligation to show we are higher morally than the racists. Now that has been reversed, and people have capitalized on that petty